Pathways to Wholeness podcast. I'm Michael Warmoth, and I thank you for joining us for this next episode of meditative teaching. Please note that these meditations were recorded in a tropical environment with the windows and doors open, so you will hear birds and other sounds in the background. Try not to let them distract you from the words. Okay, let's just settle in, relax, maybe take a few breaths and just listen to the music before the teaching starts. Let us be clear about what our practice and meditation is for. It is not time for effort, trying to get things right, for trying to do the right thing. It is a time to focus our attention on this moment and how we are being in this moment. Are we willing to let go of control? Are we willing to let things be as they are? The egoic mind tends to make things more serious than they really are. That is, it sees things in black and white, good and bad, right and wrong. But in fact, the nature of truth, which we must remind ourselves of, is that, in fact, there is nothing wrong. Nature, true peace, tells us that everything is okay. That there is and order, divine order and perfection to all creation. Can you allow yourself to dwell on the nature, peace, to fill your mind with the attributes and qualities of truth? That in fact everything is perfect, that everything is unfolding perfectly, and that although we can never describe perfectly the state knowing the truth, can certainly name some of the qualities. Peace being, of course, the most obvious. But other words like purity, innocence, and knowing, connection, all point in the right direction. When we come to practice the skill we are practicing, it's a skill of turning our attention, focusing our awareness fully on the moment, accepting and acknowledging that there is truth, peace, that there is a reality to it, that reality is real here and now. That it is only our own decisions to stop us from knowing that reality. Essentially, the question is, are we willing to have trust and faith that truth is reality, that we no longer need to control anything? Are we willing to let go of control? Just be with what is right now. But we cannot ask that question of the ego. The ego will never say yes. We must ask that question of that within us that is choosing the ego, because the ego is our own creation. We are creating it. We are creating it and then putting our faith and trust in it. But who is creating it? Who is trusting? If we can distinguish that there is a reality that is not the ego, that there is an internal perception that is not aligned with the ego. That is, there is an awareness of ourself that is before the ego, and that the ego is simply a dream or an imagined invention. And we can see there is a much bigger self than we have experienced when we have been aligned with the ego. We must be able to discern what is alignment with the ego. It is not so difficult, really, but because we are so accustomed to believing and trusting in it, that we aren't always able to identify it when we are living its perception of the way things are. And its perception is dualistic. Good and bad, right and wrong, shame, guilt, judgment. Those are qualities of a dualistic mind that is not who we are. Have chosen to place our trust and faith in that mind. But we must see that there is something making that choice within us. Greater self. We must distance ourselves from that dualistic mind. Turn our attention to what is truly real in this moment. And so, we can see that we have been deluded in our understanding of what is real, what is true. The egoic mind It's the natural result of having dissociated from the mind and consciousness of the heart. The mind of the heart is the connection with reality. Through the trauma and conditioning and experiences of our life, we chose to trust in control, chose to deny and suppress the authentic within us, which required we break the communication between the heart and the conscious awareness. Ask yourself now, what is your connection with your heart? What does your heart know? Pay attention to what happens when you seek connection with your heart. What happens? Does your mind become judgmental? Or does something open? Just notice what happens. When you seek to listen to your heart. What is there to be known? We must understand that all kinds of feelings can arise. Begin to open that communication. There are old feelings trapped. By the process of breaking the communication. And they will resurface. That is why we avoid it. That's why we trust in control. Because we are afraid of those old feelings. But in fact, they are no threat. They can do no harm. They are not dangerous. They may threaten to overwhelm us. But in fact, they are just feelings emotional energy. They are not a threat. There is nothing to fear. And when we allow just to be with ourselves, then the peace will come. There is no peace in the egoic mind. Peace comes when we hear the heart speak to us. Not in words necessarily, but in energy. The flow, the ease, the grace, the peace. This is our journey back to a heart-centered consciousness, consciousness of love, truth, reality. It's a journey which takes focus, determination, and a willingness to let go of control. Just continue to practice that skill. Thank you for listening to this episode of our podcast. If you'd like more information on these meditations and teachings, visit pathwaystosurrender.com. You might be interested in our other podcast, Pathways to Surrender. These are guided meditations designed to support you in letting go of whatever tensions or false ideas you might be holding about how things really are, and reaching a state of peace and surrender. That's Pathways to Surrender. Look for the next episode soon. We're uploading them every couple of days. See you next time.